What's up, boys and girls? It's Sean, aka High Roller 1969. I haven't made a car video for you guys in a while, so I decided to maybe help some of you guys out because I actually get pretty good reviews and pretty good feedback on my car repair videos. So today, just going to do a simple one for you. Something that I think everybody should maybe know or at least watch. There's no sense in overpaying a shop to do your brakes for you. It's not rocket science. You should not be paying more than $300 for this job, and I know that so many places are charging $500, $1,000, $1,500 for the same damn thing for brakes and rotors. That's absolutely ridiculous. So without any further ado, let's get started. I'm going to show you the things that are required. I'm going to show you our hardware, and then we're going to get right into it. First of all, rubber gloves. Why? Because you got to keep your hands nice and soft. Keep them lotioned up. Stay clean. Also, you're not going to want to wear your favorite work shirt. This shirt right here belongs to a friend of mine. It's his shirt. I don't know what to tell you. He left it here. But next thing that we're going to need is we are going to need some brake and caliper grease. Don't absolutely need this. If you don't have it, it's fine. You can use regular grease. But I'll show you why here in a minute and why I use it. We're also going to need a little bit of brake clean as well. Of course, we have ourselves a brand new rotor here. I'll show you what we're going to be doing with all this. We have our box of goodies right here. We have our brake pads, brand new brake pads. Are these ones the gold? I believe they're the gold. Yes, they are. They are the gold. We got the good kind. Okay, then we have this right here. I'll show you what this is for. This goes on the caliper. If anybody knows what this is called, stop the video right now and comment at the bottom and you tell me what this is actually called. Then we have some more hardware. We have two of these right here, which the brake pads actually sit and slide on. Caliper, or brake pad spacers, or actually guide slides is another word for those. But what's this called? Come on, guys, let's see if you know it. All right, so anyways, let's get right onto it. I'm going to do this in real time. Oh, I'm sorry, also we need this right here. This is a caliper compressor. If you do not own a caliper compressor, it's fine. I'll show you two other different ways that you could do this. This is just kind of like a cheater tool. You don't absolutely need it, but it is super duper helpful. On top of that, I'm using air tools. You don't need to use air tools. You could use hand tools. And then, of course, you're going to need your necessary sockets that fit the bolts that you're working on here. So, let's get right to it, guys. Come on, camera. There we go. Sweet. Now this vehicle, the 2003 Chevy Malibu, very, very common. I decided to do this on a Malibu because it is so common, and the brake setup is super duper common with just about almost every other vehicle that's out there. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to check the suspension before I even get into it. So I'm going to grab the tire. Alright, see that right there? I got a lot of play in there. Alright. Grab the tire from top to bottom, shake it. I have no play there. See how dirty the hands are already? All I did was touch the tire. This is why. The ladies don't want to be touched up by some chappy ass, dirty ass mechanic hands. Just because you work in a greasy environment or a dirty environment doesn't mean that you need to bring the environment with you everywhere you go. So this is a good indication because there is wiggle wobble from the side to side, but not from the top to bottom. That's my indication that she needs a tie rod. More than likely, it's going to be an outer tie rod, but we'll get into further inspection of that in a second. If it wobbled up and down, then that could be a potential for a ball joint, as well as it could also be a wheel bearing. If it was a wheel bearing, then you would have play all over the place, no matter which direction you decided to wiggle it on. So let's get up into this. Show you guys what we're working with in here. Remove the tire. Now we're gonna take you guys for a little ride over here. Now, how do you know if you need brakes and rotors? Well, it's very simple. If you hear grinding, obviously you need brakes. If you hear grinding, obviously you're probably gonna need some rotors too. But on top of that, if you hit your brakes and you just hear the grind, like a little bit of like grinding or whatever, you may not absolutely need the rotors. You can actually skip out on the rotors. But if you hit the brakes and you feel a thumping, like a pulsating on the pedal, like that on your brake pedal, then that's a chicken. Then it's definitely time to replace the rotors. If you feel a like a dot 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 on your seat or on your ass, then it's time to replace the rear rotors. So this vehicle had front rotor issues and front brake issues. So we're gonna replace it. Be a different size. That's okay. Okay. If these right here start to spin on you, these are called sliders. What sliders do is they allow your caliper to slide left to right. This whole caliper right here. Now, one of the ways to reset the piston on the caliper is you could actually take a pry bar and you could stick it into here, and then you could actually pry against the rotor itself. It's not the best way to do things, but if that's your only option, then that's your only option. Another way that you could do it too with a pry bar, just to reset the caliper piston. I'll show you what I'm talking about when I say caliper piston. Let's get this bad boy off of here. She's really on now. Oh yeah, she's on there good. And as I'm wiggling this, I can actually see this outer tie rod moving back and forth, so yeah, we're gonna need to replace that tie rod, the outer tie rod as well. There we go. Boy, she fought me for a second there. That's kind of unusual, but this is the caliper piston right here. Now, when you have the actual caliper tool itself, yeah, there ain't much brake pad left there. Just barely cut this. You take the caliper, or you take the pad itself, you stick it right back into the caliper. We take our caliper tool here. Whoops, whoops, whoops. This is real life time, guys. I'm not gonna like pussyfoot this one around here for you. Here, I bring this up. There we go. Look at that. Now you guys can see. All right. So as you squeeze this right here, pushing this piston inside the caliper right back into place. I know it's probably so hard to see. My lighting today sucks, and I sincerely apologize about that, but there we go. Lovely. Now we're going to take a little bit of brake cleaner. We're going to clean that up. Oh, actually, beforehand, guys, remember I had asked you to comment at the bottom and tell me what that little spring was. Or what this little piece right here was. But it was a brand new one. Some people call it a chatter spring. Other people call it an anti-slip guide, but I actually like the term chatter spring because it'll hold your pads in place and keep them from rocking and rolling around back and forth, back and forth. Take a little bit of our brake clean here. You guys don't have to do this, but I do it for a living, so I like to do good. I want to do good, try to do good. I think we've done pretty good. Just give a little cleaning up. There we go. Trust me, the next mechanic would thank me tremendously for that. Now we're going to remove the other pad. Sometimes they come right out with your fingers, other times you need to get right up in there with a pry bar, take care of that situation. All the metal, you can actually save the metal, which is actually really cool, because you can actually save the metal and then you can bring it back to a metal recycler and you can get paid. So it's a win-win for everybody. You make money while making money. Now on the inside here, inside of your caliper bracket itself that holds the caliper into place, you have 2 other bolts. Make sure to remove those as well. Bolts are usually bigger, thicker, and heavier. Yeah, we can let that fall, it's fine. We're going to take our little chatter spring here and install that right back into place where it was. Well, a new one, I should say. A lot of people do not replace these. I don't know. They may feel that it's kind of unnecessary. Is this the wrong one? Could it be possible? Yeah. It could be possible. Give me 1 second here. Come on, get under there. There we go, under the boot. Oh, this one's kind of tricky to fucking figure out. We'll get it. Just trying to... I'm gonna get you, sucker. Oh, this one is tricky as heck. Installed. I told you. It just takes a second, but yep. Now I can feel the grooves and the lines in this rotor, so it's definitely time for this rotor got replaced. Get yourself a big hammer, give it a couple of taps. Since we don't care about this rotor anyways, that's why you can beat it up a little bit. Get yourself just a little bit of, well, you're supposed to use never seeds, but I'm going to use just a little bit of grease in here. Just because you guys seen the way that I just had to beat that rotor off. Well, the next person that may work on this will thank you later. Trust me. Now you take your rotor and you're going to clean this up with some brake cleaner. Both sides. Because what they do is they actually put an oil on the rotor. And that oil is like an anti-corrosive oil. And it saves the rotor and keeps the rotor looking pretty and clean for you. Okay, beautiful. Looks so fresh and so clean. Now we're going to take this caliper bracket. We're going to remove the brake shims here, or the brake pad, slider, whatever the hell they're called, the brake slide shims. Or whatever you want to desire to call it. And install your new ones here. You just take them, give them a push. Make sure to push on the middle right here. With your thumb, you'll feel it lock into place. Take your other one here, put it in. Make sure to take your finger. Listen. You guys hear that? It's locked into place now. Okay. Now we're going to take a little bit of our brake grease here. We're going to put just a little bit on the outsides of this. The reason for that is because you want to keep it so that the brake pads themselves will actually slide in and out, back and forth the way they should. Speaking about sliding, make sure that these are called sliders. Make sure that your sliders are free. Okay, this one feels great. This one feels great. If they're sticky, if they don't spin, if they're not doing anything what they're supposed to, if they're not moving at all, then you need to replace these, or you need to take them apart, clean them up, re-grease them, pack them with good grease. Brake grease, and the reason why I say brake grease as opposed to regular grease is because brake grease has a higher temperature of breaking down than regular grease. So just keep that in mind. So now we can go right ahead and then we can finally install these. Just 2 bolts. One there, one there. Make sure that they're nice and tight. Right. Also, give yourself a little look inside of here and make sure that the grease itself isn't all over the rotor, because that can affect how you stop the first couple times. Now we're going to take our brake pads, we're going to Put them bad boys on here. You just slide right into place like a glove. Look at that. Beautiful. Now one thing that you're going to notice is one of these over here is going to have this right here, this little nub. A lot of you guys ain't going to know what the heck that is. That little nub right there is called a squeaker. The squeaker itself, once the brake pad gets down to a certain level, the squeaker itself will eventually start to rub on the rotor, making a brake squeaky noise. Well, noises that people hear all the time. So, make sure that your squeaker is installed correctly. A lot of people would think that they would go upside down, thinking that that's how they squeak, but no, they actually go on the top, right side up. There you go. Now in this particular model, it goes on the inside. How do I know that? Because that's the way they usually always are. And I have experience. And a good education in it. Now you can go right ahead and reinstall your caliper. Okay. And just tighten them up. Oops. Make sure you're going the right direction. You don't want to go too tight because you don't want to end up snapping the bolts. You want them on tight, but you don't want them too tight, if that makes any sense to you. Okay, so we're going to put the tire back on. We're going to worry about the tie rod later on. I'm going to let my friend here be aware of it. Let her know that she needs a tie rod. Don't forget to pick up after yourself. And here's the other thing too, guys. Like I said, make sure to save all of your metal. Okay, the brake pads, the rotors, these little stupid tinny things. Save them up for as long as you can. Whoops. Save them up for as long as you can, and then as soon as you get a good amount saved up, run it over to a scrap recycling center or a metal recycling center, and you're going to make some pretty good money on it. You're going to be actually really relatively impressed when you go there and you pull out a couple $100 for saving up just some junk that you were going to throw away anyways. It's actually pretty cool. It's a win-win for everybody. So I don't understand how the heck these places, and I own a business and I do this stuff for a living, but I don't understand how the hell these places, man, they could charge the $500 for this right here. I mean, come on, this took me maybe, I don't know, all together with clean up and everything, maybe about 45 minutes. And that's both sides. Now, do as I say, don't say as I do. Or, yeah. Do as I say, don't do as I do. There we go. That's what I meant. Okay. Now, you just see me put these wheels back on. I put them back on with the impact gun. Reason why is because these tires are going to have to come back off anyways. These are winter tires, and I'm going to be changing these out anyways, probably within like the next, I don't know, a few hours or so. As well as the tie rod itself needs to be replaced. There we go. As well as the tie rod itself needs to be replaced. So this wheel is coming off anyways. It's not an aluminum wheel. It's not anything crazy or big to worry about. It's no big deal, guys, that I just did that. But however, though, when you are with the finished product, make sure to torque your wheels down to the correct torque specs. If not, then you could have problems with wheel warpage, incorrect heat distortion, warped rotors. So that's why you torque wheels down. Alright, so we're in the vehicle right now. Hit the brakes, make sure that the brakes were feeling real good. I'm going to get her up to speed here. Right now doing about 55. Stops pretty good. That's what you want. You don't want to hit the brakes. You don't want to feel rumbling. You don't want to hear any noises, of course, obviously. Expect the brakes to smell for the next few days because everything is new. All the parts have to break in. There's still oils, don't forget, on the rotors that need to burn off as well as the composite that the brake pad itself is actually made out of. All that needs to burn off and break into the vehicle as well. Make sure to take the vehicle for a ride. Just kind of enjoy a few miles, maybe like 2-3 miles. That's all you need to go. So I have hit a milestone of over 2,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, everybody. I so appreciate the subscribes. It really does help my channel out a lot. That means that there's people watching. So hopefully my videos help people, because that's what I want to do. That's what my videos are for. It's things to help people, and it's anything. It's my channel, so I can do what I want. I really hope that you guys were informed with this video. I hope that somebody learned something, maybe saved a few bucks, or if not, I'd like to give my business a shout out. My video sponsor today is High Roller Customs, 2201 Call Street, Lake Luzerne, New York, 12846 for most all of your vehicle needs. I am your one-car stop shop. So, be sure to like, share, subscribe this video, and comment at the bottom. And if you feel that I missed anything, by all means hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links at the bottom as well. Catch you guys on the social media side over here. I am Sean, High Roller 1969, and I am out. Thank you for riding with me today. Peace!